Someone's tired.
Someone's tired. Hello, I'm Taylor.
I'm Joe.
I'm a little tired, but it's okay though. We've had a quite rough couple of shows here. Long shows. Long shows. Full of everything, really. There was like, I thought one subject would do, then one subject goes into 2, 3 to Trump. And just, that's how things go. 1, 2 Trump.
Isn't that how it is nowadays? That if you just leave Trump out of it, you're not getting clicks?
No. Yeah, people want to talk about Trump. But Joe, you have something to say today. Is it more Trump?
I'm out of here. I'm leaving the country.
Literally.
I'm out of here. I'm gone. I'm tired of this place.
At this moment, he is currently... Where are you at this moment? Probably last week. Where are you?
By the time you watch this video, I will be in New Zealand, Auckland, more specific, and I will be nerding it up, going 2 hours south of Auckland to Hobbiton. Do you know what Hobbiton is?
Is that where the Lord of the Rings? Hobbit?
It is where the Lord of the Rings Hobbit homes are in the mountains. I'm going to be live tweeting, live Instagramming, live face boxing.
You'll be Bilbo bagging.
I'll be Bilbo bagging right over there. And it was actually really funny because our friend Bill Gates, he was very sad.
Not the Bill Gates, don't forget.
Yes,
our friend Bill Gates.
He was very sad. He's like, oh, I would like to go to the Hobbit town. And that was, of all the things I've ever done in my life, that's the one where he's like, I would like to someday visit a Hobbit town.
I want to be out of debt.
No, none of those things. And then we're going from there to Sydney, and we're going to travel to
the Opera House.
The Opera House and see the Bondi Beach, supposedly topless, nude beach of some kind. And then we're going to go to...
Are you going topless?
I will be going topless, and I hope you will be too, Taylor.
I will be going topless.
Over there. And then we're going to go to the Blue Mountains, and we're going to ride some freaking minecart, and then we're going to go on some really high thing overlooking a waterfall.
I can't do heights.
I'm going to cry my eyes out on the one. Now, Taylor doesn't fly. I don't know if you know this.
I fly, just I'm not a great flyer.
Taylor, you don't know him. Taylor's a liar. And here's why Taylor's a liar. Taylor says he doesn't fly, or he says he goes on vacations that he'll fly and do this or whatever. When's the last vacation you've been on?
I went to Vegas with my wife for her.
Did you fly?
Things. We did fly.
Okay.
45 minutes.
Okay.
I was like this and white knuckling on the seat the whole time.
And when was the last time you flew before that?
I think it was with you, Joe. 10
to 15 years prior to that.
I don't go anywhere.
Why don't you go anywhere, Taylor?
I couldn't afford the time.
Are you struggling with money?
Not really.
No, he has money.
I'm sure I could.
So keep that in mind out there. Okay. You don't have vacation hours?
I get my job gives me 9 hours PTO every paycheck.
Okay, so he has vacation time,
Yes.
so that's there. Your department has coverage if you're gone?
Yeah, we're covered months, and we have people who live close to us that can come by and watch the house.
So why won't Taylor go on vacation, folks?
I'm supposed to go to my honeymoon. I'm going to fly to my in later on this year, my honeymoon. I haven't gone yet. We're going to go to Cancun. And guess what? We can't drive there. We can. It takes a long time. But we have to fly there. Now, I am not, like I said, I'm not a good flyer.
Did you book it?
Not yet. Although I've been told by my wife that we should book it right away. And that was said to me for the past month.
He's not going.
We have to go.
He's not going.
She'll be very upset. And I know she wants to go to...
How long is the flight to Cancun?
I don't know. More than a long time. More than like 3 or 4 hours.
I'm also afraid of heights, in case you're wondering. I don't know who else is out there is afraid of heights, but I fly. I still fly because I know that it's going to be horribly inconvenient if I don't fly.
You can't drive to Auckland.
Can't drive to Auckland. Apparently they don't have that water boat yet. Or they do, but it doesn't go that far.
You can go on a cruise.
But how's this for scary? It's a 13-hour flight to Auckland.
With no refills.
One tank and gone. And you know what? That's where they go down in the sea too, over there in Auckland. I don't know if you know this. They call it the Auckland Triangle.
Did you make that up?
Yes, I did. It's
okay.
Yes.
Like, oh geez. It's really last time we see Joe.
So this could be the first time and last time you watched me on this video. I'm sure Drew Face is very happy with that.
Please see our Nintendo reaction review. This will turn into the I Tell You show with me trying to tell you about things I know what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
No more Trump talk because I don't know politics.
Well, I just don't like doing the Trump talk and stuff like that too often because we get the upvotes or the downvotes depending on who it is, and they accuse us of being a shill for either candidate, which we don't care. We don't vote, so
Whatever.
what do we? Why even bother with this stuff?
So you're gonna go. You're going back to the Auckland part. You're gonna go, or Sydney. You're gonna go on the. Well, we've all seen the videos on YouTube of a single rail little cart you get in. You go down like, in the middle of the woods. Is it that one?
Yes, I'm going on that one, and then I'm going to some weird suspension cart thingy that takes you over this high waterfall. That's gonna be scary as hell over there.
I can't do the link in Vegas. I know the one in London's.
Have you done the link in Vegas?
I was with you, and I said no.
Okay, I did it. So I did it again.
I know it was a half an hour all the way around, and I don't know. Like, I just looking at that, my stomach drops. I can't. Like, I get sweaty. I get like my hands get all clammy.
That, you know what makes me just like just can't stand people with wheelchairs.
What?
I'm afraid of heights so bad, right? And every time someone with a wheelchair gets on one of those rides, they have to stop the ride. You know what I mean? Like when you do that. So it makes me so upset because you're like at the highest point, right? And they stop the whole thing. So the person can get on with the wheelchair. I'm always like, you son of a bitch. Ugh! Like, it's so frightening.
You start going towards the middle, sitting down, and kind of grabbing on something.
I still haven't been on California Screaming, and I haven't been on the.
Those are way small compared to
the Vegas wheel.
I did get you on Tower Terror though. I got you on Tower Terror.
Are we just weenies? Is that it? Weenies with punchable faces. We can't get on this stuff.
Maybe I can't do heights. I just can't. Like, my wife loves roller coasters. She went skydiving. I would never do that. She loves Magic Mountain and all those other roller coasters. I'll go to like Disneyland, but I can't do like even Knott's Berry Farm. I can't do the roller coaster at Knott's. I don't know when I got a headache and I felt nauseous, so she got very mad at me for that. And she said, well, "I'm never coming here with you again." I said, "Okay, cool."
I like it. It's good stuff.
It's a win for me. I don't come back to this place. Yeah, I can't do it. I get headaches. Anything spinning, I get nauseous. I mean, people call me nerdy and geeky. I mean, but I really live up to that as far as...
Nobody calls him that. He's lying. Don't believe him.
My wife calls me that.
Don't believe what he says.
My wife calls me that.
In his group, he's probably like the nerdy and geeky guy or whatever.
Yeah, right.
But in my group, they get way worse. Way worse than Taylor.
They do.
So they do. They get way, way worse.
I'm the jock of the group.
Yeah. Taylor's the athletic one out of all of us. He is.
Because I walk for an hour every morning at the gym.
I know.
Athletic.
So, what about that WannaCry virus? Did you guys take care of that at your work?
You know what? I thought it was that for a while because at my job we were having issues with both Chrome and Internet Explorer not working, not coming up. Nothing came out and said put this in for. But I think it's just nothing. WannaCry is bad. You know what it is? It's McAfee. We talked about this. I talked to those before you started recording.
McAfee has a horrible habit of disabling all systems functions.
Yes.
And network. It's
it's been horrible. It's been a horrible couple weeks for McAfee patching something in our system, but not testing the patch before they sent it out. They thought they patched it and they sent it out to us, and we deploy it to all our machines, all of our facilities, Northern Cal and Southern California, and across the board, nothing worked, and it caused horribleness. And now it is our fault. and my company. McAfee.
Do you think it's because he's running around as a Belize fugitive still, and just like having like massive coke party orgies and stuff like he was doing over there?
What are you talking about?
You remember?
Remember what? Oh, McAfee.
John McAfee.
Oh no!
Remember he was like accused of he was like in Belize doing a bunch of like making his own drugs, and he was like dating like underage Belize women, and they said he murdered his neighbor, and he was a running fugitive, and they took him to the United States, and now he can't go back to that country. You never heard about any of this?
Can't fix a goddamn DLP error or DLP or what?
You never heard of any of this stuff?
No, inform me, Joe.
Nah, that was it.
Okay, well, that sounds exciting. Great news. How long ago was this?
A couple years ago.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
But John McAfee and your McAfee product has ruined a company, numerous companies.
Probably several companies.
Sites. Yes, but no, that was all. No, that's not that exciting. I've never had the urge to go to another country and do drugs. We've been to another country on a cruise. That one that was free. That was cool. But no, I never had to go there and be like, okay, well, I'm in a country. Time to go wild. I'm also not a big drinker too. I can't. Don't drink that much. You don't drink that much, do you?
Not anymore. No.
You used to.
I just
You used to like Bud Light with lime.
I'm on this new XL3 kick where I just take that every like couple hours.
It puts you to sleep.
Yeah, exactly.
Very good. Very healthy.
So this is
Well, question. What do you think of the WannaCry? You were a network admin. You're an IT director.
Yeah, I just never allowed anything in ever.
Yeah,
like
you were pretty strict.
The problem is that everyone gives people permissions to do stuff. Like that's the problem is if you give no one admin privileges and they can't install any programs and they can't put any portable devices in the computer, it won't allow you to even load them, then you're not going to be affected by these viruses.
So, quick aside here. I introduced Joe to when I worked against him. I got Joe a job. Well, you want to let them know what the current IT director had going on at the company when you came in, and he said, "Where's your server room?"
Oh,
and
yeah.
It was one computer running every.
It was one computer in a closet running everything. That's the typical server rooms you run into. That was hilarious over there.
No server racks, no nothing, no load balancing, no nothing. Just one computer running every program to all of our people in the office. It
was Microsoft Small Business Server, which is like kind of max user count of like 75 users at the time.
Yeah.
So once you went to 75 users, it just wouldn't allow any more users. That was the thing. Like you couldn't really expand it or move up from there. That was just it. You had to move to their enterprise server products, but it was just horrible. I wonder if that guy still has a job.
He worked up north, hours away, and came to the office
every other week.
Every other week.
I think he got like $650 a week too, or something like that. Like a crazy amount of money. They had no idea, like what to pay for those services. It's hilarious.
Also, we learned that people in the office, a gentleman in the office, loved to send 20 megabyte poop porn videos to everybody.
Man, what is have you seen that IT stuff anymore going around? Like when I was at IT, you would find the craziest stuff all the time. You'd find like literally like this is before people had cell phones, right? So what they would do is they'd take all like the nude photos and whatever they had in their camera at home, and for some reason they would upload it to their computer at work, and they would put it on put it in their My Documents folder. They'd share it with each other at work, and they'd send email chains. Like I found the worst stuff like you could possibly imagine, like on people's computers. It was just hilarious, like everything. I like the worst thing like I found was probably like, what's the type of like it's called furry, right? Sexual activity when wearing like furries, stuff like that. That was on computers at work with people from work. That was there too, and that was before it actually broke big. It was on the actual computers at work.
They were hipster furries,
but like literally, like you would find all this stuff on there, right? And it was just people would be. I was shocked because I actually had a degree of professionalism. Like really at the time, like I thought it was really important to be professional and like not mess around at work and not date people at work and just do your job and do it good. And when you're going through people's emails and stuff like that, most horrendous things were going on at work, and you just cannot imagine whatever. Everyone's like, F this and suck that, or this person, whatever. They're talking to the person next to them, and they're group email chains, and you're like, what is
There's also people in our office who'd come around and sell pirated DVDs and movies
and
CDs. They would come around, and our bosses would buy pirated stuff from them.
I just couldn't believe everything that was going on there. There was just like, there was people that were like cheating on each other through email, and then you'd see this stuff and then come in. And
we had an ex-porn star working with us?
Yeah, we've had that too. And you have to check all the emails and stuff because they have like work info and things like that. It's just hard not to look at the emails where it's like work, wiener pick, work, wiener pick, like constantly. And this is going on all the time. And I thought everyone was kind of as professional as I was and wasn't really participating in this stuff, but it was just awful. Like, I think offices might be worse, like, than other jobs.
I'm sure they are.
I think they're just way worse. Because everyone's bored all day.
At that job we had, the policy, you wanted to let them know what the policy of sexual harassment was?
I don't remember having one. Was it?
They said we don't have a policy on sexual harassment because we think sexual harassment is funny.
I don't remember.
That's what the,
I think like then they got like an HR person, and the HR person has set all these rules down, and it was just like
that was after I left. After I was like, actually, I was fired.
But one of the greatest times I ever had at my job was like we were working like crazy hours. We were working like 50, 60 hours a week. Is at the loan company, and it was at the end of our shift. We were just like adding like 100 computers, 100 desks, stuff like that. And we got into a computer equipment fight. You ever know what a computer equipment fight is? It's like a snowball fight, except you're throwing phones and monitors and equipment at each other. And this is my boss. At the time, he's like 50 years old, and we're all like, you know, in our early 20s, stuff like that. Where he started throwing beer bottles at us. This is like, you're not supposed to have this stuff happening at work. So then we started throwing computers, monitors, and stuff for people's desks.
I believe a fish may or may not have been thrown.
And then he got up and he was trying to throw a beer at one of my friends, and he got hit in the face with a fish, and he just looked down and he goes, "Is that a fish?" And we all just started laughing. Like, this is the type of stuff that goes on in the IT department after hours that you have no idea is going on. And the fish, needless to say, was put back in place, and the funniest email came in the next day when it was called like 411 help desk or whatever, right? And like the emails would come in the email server, and then one said, "Somebody killed my fish," and we all started laughing at the department. And then like the manager started complaining to everybody and saying like, "I don't know, there's stuff missing off my desk and things are broken, or I think stuff is thrown. I don't know what's going on or whatever." My boss had to go in and explain to the owner of the company that the IT department was being overworked. They went a little berserk last night and started rioting in the actual like desk. It was good stuff. So I mean, the times that we had, like, and we'll probably go through more stories of that. What's the weirdest story you had from work?
Oh, I don't know. Was it when Gary Coleman called in?
I mean, that was kind of funny for a loan.
Yeah.
But we had like LAN parties all the time at work. Do you remember we had like LAN parties and then we just minimize it real quick?
Yes.
Oh, it was so fun.
We played a lot of Yahoo Pool.
Yeah. Or we'd play like Age of Empires, right? Yeah. And then like we'd minimize it, and like Taylor would be stuck talking to like his boss or something, and we'd all be attacking him because he couldn't show the screen up, and we'd all be laughing, and he was all sad. And then when he'd put the screen back up, his like village would be on fire.
All my people would be running around. All my crops would be gone.
Oh,
I took so much time to build up.
It was so good. But that was a lot of stuff going on all the time. So like this is why the WannaCry virus and things like that aren't getting solved in your IT department, because that's what we're really doing all day long.
Also, this is why you want to join IT, because at my job all day I watch movies on my computer. I download movies like and shows.
Now, you actually work there still, so you might not want to bring that up on the video.
But they don't know where I work.
Okay, that's true. But
my supervisor has walked by and seen me watching videos. But I do my work. I'm the top producer in my department. So as long as you're producing, you're not slacking.
What about that guy that doesn't work a lot? Did you beat him lately on statistics?
I always beat everybody.
Okay.
I always beat everybody. I'm happy about that.
Does he know who we're talking about?
No.
Add us. Subscribe to our videos.
We'll tell you who it is.
We'll tell you who it is. Email us.
Oh, IT story is so funny. And the calls you get in, people, where I'm at, we get calls, and not so much emails, but just calls in for assistance and things. And the things people are doing, oh man, like people wonder why the computer's slow, and you remote in, and there's tabs everywhere open, and Pandora, and YouTube, and Hulu are streaming.
Yeah, I didn't allow that. That was the thing.
And they wonder, why is my computer slow? And why are you running Pandora? No, I'm not. Why is Spotify installed on your computer? No, it's not. Oh, where's that green thing that says Spotify right there? I don't know. And then when you close out, you see their computer, what they're doing, and it says Spotify opens again. It
was so funny in Windows, when you run Windows servers, you use something called a group policy editor,
I hate
right?
that so much.
What was so funny is I didn't allow. They were using right click to open like a browser in Outlook and bypass our internet like content settings. So I disabled right click for the entire company because I was so mad at them what they were doing, and it was just hilarious because. He's like, come on, I really need right click for my job. I gotta look, man. It's group policy. He said, but you make the policy. I go, I don't make the rules. No, you actually make the rules. You want? I go, look, sorry, it's above my pay grade. Right click will be instituted once we all learn how to browse correctly. Remember we had quota time. Remember quota time for the.
I found a way around that.
Yeah.
If you open up a radio station on quota time and run it, after time was over, it would still be running in the background, so I had to listen to music.
Yeah, Taylor's the reason why I disabled right click. See? Thought he was smarter than everybody. So what I would do is great. I had my assistant all the time. He would go out there, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, I know that Joe. He's a real dick, right? What are you guys doing? Like, oh, you guys are doing that? Oh, that's cool. That gets around the restrictions. Awesome. Whatever. Come back to the room. Joe, here's how they're getting around the restrictions." And he'd start blocking everything. They go, "Geez, that Joe's really on top of stuff."
Yeah,
it's because I had a mole. The easiest way to hack and infiltrate: have a mole in your department,
as well as have a credit card for the company to you for IT stuff.
Do you IT guys out there have any stories? What have you done to be jerks for your IT department? Or IT horror stories?
IT horror stories, IT fun stories, IT don't tell us where you work, but maybe fun stories, or things that we could also try at my job.
Or tell us where you work, and then we can make fun of the place. Whatever.
Yes, that's true.
Doesn't matter.
Like when you're in your IT, when you're an IT director of a company and making single digits per hour.
Who's that?
That was you. Weren't you at the first place you worked together?
Well, that was like at a loan. Well, we could talk about that.
Yeah, but weren't you making single digits per hour?
I think when I started, right, we were working for this crazy man who was I don't know. He was like Maxine Waters, but a man. So basically, he was like maybe he wanted to be Maxine Waters, but at the time it wasn't appropriate. But maybe now he's like fully transitioned.
Maybe.
But that wasn't the reason why he was crazy. The reason why he was crazy is because when you were his assistant, meaning you had to change his bandages from his like what is it, from his diabetic treatments, whatever. Yeah, change his diabetic socks. He really got his money.
Like stockings.
If he paid you more than $1 of the minimum wage, like $1 over minimum wage, he would get his money's worth out of you. Let me tell you. You go shopping with him.
No, you weren't shop. You were his chauffeur.
Yeah, I'd go share. We go to the Goodwill together. Shopping over there. Yeah, that's the time I want to forget.
And then he'd have his assistants kill themselves in front of you.
That's a true story. In case you guys are wondering.
I walked in and we had a person that was supposed to be my boss. I was gonna get trained by this gentleman. I made him one time. Popped his head in. No pun intended there. But he popped his head in and said hi to me. Said, "Hey." He's, "Oh yeah, I'll be right with you." Whatever. So a couple days go by, and this story's been told so many times. So a couple days go by, and nothing. Week, nothing. I get this gentleman was living in the office because he's kind of down on his luck. So he's living in the office and paying part of his salary to the owner to live there, and other stuff was happening, facilities to use and stuff. Anyway, so weeks go by, nothing. So finally, I get there in the morning. I'm opening up with the boss. He says, "So and so is not coming out. He's not coming out. He hasn't come out of his room yet. What's going on?" He go back there. He gives me a chisel and a hammer and says, "Take the paneling off the door." So as I hit that door, whatever, not door.
Do you think he knew? Is that why he had you go in there? You think he knew what was going on in there?
I don't know, but I remember pushing the door open and you see a body swinging back and forth, and I said, "Oh," and I started cussing. I'm like, and I walked away. And then then the boss says for me to call 911 and let me know what happened. I'm like, yeah, why am I? The assistant, do everything. So I had to call the boss. I had to call 911, tell him what happened. And he also wanted me to let everybody know that even though that had happened in the office, work was still as usual. He still wanted people to come in and work. Because
So don't complain about your work stories.
Yeah.
I was making single digits changing diabetic Band-Aids while Taylor was cleaning up dead bodies.
And then
this was an office job, people.
Yes, an office job.
We didn't work at a hospital.
next to a nice lady who worked on the streets at night, lived right next to us, and to the right of the liquor store. But the woman on the streets had some of our equipment sold by the gentleman who would kill himself in front of me, essentially. And then we had to talk to her to buy it back. We had to buy our stuff back. Instead of going to the police or anything, we had to buy it back. And that was
What do you think Cinnamon's up to nowadays?
I think Cinnamon's dead.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure she didn't look very well. Cinnamon, wherever you're going or wherever you are. But, oh yeah, and then after that, because she helped us get our equipment back, her pimp beat her up. And we saw her with bruises and scratches all over her legs. So we worked in a pretty amazing place.
Yeah.
Full of people and a gentleman who smelled.
This was a real estate office.
This other person smelled so bad they put him on one side of the building, and they put air fresheners in his hidden air fresheners in his office because he smelled so bad.
When I think of like old school, like just like I'm talking about like, all right, just picture this, okay?
Like Welcome Back, Kotter.
Just picture this, right? Picture like Jesse Jackson, but just like 400 pounds. Pants up to right below the nipples. And just the most massive Jerry curl you've ever seen in your entire life. Just flowing in the wind. Just like... Not like smell like cocoa butter. Smelled like straight butter. Like, just like pouring out his head. What was his name?
Even if it was, I wouldn't say it. I don't know his name. But I know he told us, hoes gotta do what a hoes gotta do. That was his catchphrase for the lady next door.
In case you were wondering what was going on in this office, me and Taylor worked at an all-black, all-African-American real estate firm. That was our first major job.
Mexican and white guy.
That was our first major job in real estate and IT and finance. And when we say, like, it was absolutely that.
Yes.
Like, we're talking about, like, our bosses were, like, straight, like, Jesse Jackson, like, in the 60s.
Yeah.
Like, totally, you know? Like, in the 60s, right? Like, I mean, when men were men. Like, like...
Well,
like,
maybe not the boss, but yeah.
Like Ike Turner, like these are the guys that work there.
They never grew that age. Also, I think I lost $1,000 of a check one time for rent.
There was no.
I don't know what happened
to them. Like there was no gangster rap. There was no Ice-T. There was all there was to them was just old rhythm and blues and also, colored greens and
we had to wear business casual when you got there. Even on the weekends, we had to walk here and there. But no matter what you wore, if stuff had to get done, like maintenance, you were going with the maintenance guy to help him out. So I went and did like the roofing, like for the inside the roofs, like
in a suit and tie.
In my casual, I had a button-down shirt and slacks, and I had to help this guy and got crap all over my pants and shirt. And came back to work, and he's okay. Well, you still have the rest of the day to work, so I sit there dirty in my stuff and sit at the desk and do. Also, he made me go to one of the worst places he owned. To tell a gentleman,
all of his properties he owned were like in South Central, Watts, Inglewood, like all the classics.
Yes,
the classic Compton.
This place he parked in the back, in the front, but this gentleman's apartment that I had to go to speak to him about something was in the back. Nobody was outside. When you walk by, people look at you like it makes you what you are because you're in. I'm in casual. I'm button-up shirt and slacks. Something's going on. Also, my demographic didn't fit who lived there. So that's why people looking at me. Anyway, I had to go to the gentleman's apartment who was in a black grate door where you can't really see inside. It was too dark. So I had to assume that everything was okay. But I had to go there and tell them, my boss said, if you want to continue beating your wife, do it somewhere else because we're getting complaints. Now, I don't know about you, but that if this gentleman was truly beating his wife, that may have not been the best thing to say to him, especially because I couldn't see on the other side of the gate because it was just pitch black. And then he says, "All right," and I'm like, "All right, bye."
A lot of you out there would be afraid to drive through these places,
and here I am afraid of heights.
And we were working in those places.
Yeah,
but we'll tell you some more stories coming from those sooner or later. Maybe some live interviews from people that experienced it with us back then.
Oh man, it's so funny. We'll block out their faces because they didn't want to be on there. But yeah, that was so fun.
So, there you go.
We tell you. That was quite a we tell you. Memory lane.
Went over a lot.
Let us know. IT people, IT horror stories, let us know. So fun. Or any bad job stories, let us know. On that note, Hopefully Joe will be back from his vacation. He won't die somewhere or eat my sharks, even though they were
I
here.
might.
Maybe. Dingo might eat him. But, yeah. See you later.